did deserve to be hit with snowballs. Yes, I said it. Statement of the video. Santa Claus deserved to be hit with a snowball and many snowballs back in the day at Franklin Field. Put in the comments, Franklin Field? And you say, well, why game time? Why would you allow fans around the holidays to pelt Santa Claus with snowballs? Because he was drunk off his ass and he had a mangy, filthy beard. You can't disrespect SC like that and get away with it. We're gonna pelt you with snowballs. And that's what happened. So that was deserving. All that stuff. Fan base even threw snowballs at Santa Claus. Yeah, he was a drunk. Slobbering in. Drinking all day at the tailgate back in the day with a mangy beard, like it puked in his beard. Yeah, you don't do that to SC. Anyway, where the hell was I? Jeez and crackers. It's dark out because of all the rain. Sorry. I got my semi-waterproof Dallas thing on. I'm sure that'll go over well in the office. Yeah, we coming today. I'm sorry. I'm fired up today. We're circumventing the accident. We're going the back way. The circuitous route. Cowboys at Detroit. Line dropped to 3. Pick 'em. Drop to 3. Pick them in my mind. You know how that goes. Home team gets 3 points. Tough game, everybody. And I'm glad I turned because I still see the lights behind me. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Thank God for the wife and the scanner. We're going around. We're going around. We're going around. I just hope they're okay. I just Well, good morning, everybody. Liquid gold ready to go? Liquid gold? Even though I'm not ready to go. Good morning, everybody. Go get yourself some. Channel members have a code. Go look on the community tab. Get 25% off of already slashed prices. Go do it. Joe DeMasi, your stuff's all wrapped up. It'll go out Monday, brother. Monday. I'll text you later. Just getting my account back online. It takes a little bit with the business account when your wife loses all your shit via the airline. We're good to go. If not, I'll use my own account. Not a big deal. It's wrapped up with a couple extra goodies for you, Joey. Going out Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you know. It's ready to roll. I did have to order a couple shirts, which is why I waited. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Rise and grind on this Saturday. Well, I don't know what you call it. Thank God it's Saturday, right? Most of yous are off today, but not me. We are going out to deliver our appointed rounds. I see you got balls in the front yard. What the fuck is going on with the neighbors? I go out back, there's like a dozen wiffle balls. Yeah, my man's still playing wiffle ball in December. You gotta love it. Over the house is a home run. My man. He's just afraid to come over because I got the killer dogs out back. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman, going to deliver his appointed rounds in the cold. It's again, man. Again. I don't hate the cold. I despise the cold, especially when working in it. So that's kind of where I'm at, everybody. I don't like the cold anymore. I love the change of season. So hopefully, God willing, I get to retirement in a few years. And I could get into the YouTube full time. That would be great. Maybe even start another channel where we talk about stuff other than sports. That would be cool. But we'll cross that bridge. Maybe I'll intertwine them. I don't know. We'll see. But again, Dallas takes the L. Not that much of a surprise. I mean, you know, again, Detroit's a tough place to play. It was a must-win. They didn't win. I see a lot of the comments, Dak this, Dak that, Dak. Dak had a fantastic game. The amount of pressure Dak was on, I would just say those fan bases, my offense is running a lot better than yours. So, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Our issue is the Cowboys is where we got ourselves in a hole early, and it was a different team. That's why us Cowboys fans are not really upset, because we see what's on the horizon. You know, we don't, this is the thing. We're not giving up on this year, meaning the Cowboys. No, shit, I've seen weirder things happen not too long ago. Win the rest of your games, which is going to be hard, and let the chips fall where they may. I got news for you. Yo, Clemente, Espinoza, bleed. If we win out and miss the playoffs, then we roll in the next year with some, hey, you can't not be ready to go at the beginning of the year. You can't go into Philly, play good enough to win, and fumble the ball away. You can't lose to Arizona at home. You can't tie against a high hairlined Micah Parsons. You can't do any of that. Sorry, I'll turn it down a little bit. The heat, got the heat kicking. But I got the heated seats on, though. So my keister is solid. But anyway, you guys get the point, what I'm trying to say here. But that's it. Turn the page, baby. Turn the page. Week 14. I'll do something tonight. I don't know what I'll do. I know I'm going to watch the UFC pay-per-view at 10 o'clock. Wink, wink. If you know, you know. Hit me up. I'm watching it. Maybe not paying, but watch. Well, I already paid, but in a long about sort of way. But I'll do a live stream. Maybe I'll go, you know, we'll do something tonight. Back on the prowl. And we'll definitely do something tomorrow for live streaming some of the games. Sure, why not? It is what it is. This is what we do. Most of the years, I'm just glad to be in the mix. Dallas is not out of it. Okay, now, playoffs. Easiest way to get into the playoffs is win your division. So, let's go Superchargers. Wade called me yesterday. He's like, Eagles are done. Eagles are going to choke it out. They're going to lose 3. I'm like, yeah, Wade, but we will still have to win 4. So you're telling me there's a chance? Now, I don't know, but it ain't over. But either way, we need to find out a few things about our Cowboys. We need to find out a few things about this squad that maybe we're on the fence on. Our tackles struggle mightily. Everybody wants to elevate Nate Thomas. I love him. He's a very raw young player. You saw when he was put out on an island that Dak Prescott was pressured 25 of 47 dropbacks. 25 of 47. Sacked 5 times. 3 times by a guy who they had on their practice squad last year. El Quadin Muhammad. They should have never let him go. But again, when you're looking ahead from last year, you're saying, well, we're going to have Micah Parsons. If there's a criticism about this organization, I've been saying it for years. They don't identify who they want to keep long term and do it early. You're going to make mistakes. Guys are going to get injured. Trayvon Diggs. Right? He's really the only guy that you signed the deal and has been injured ever since. You signed Terrence Steele after the injury to save a buck. Now, Terrence Steele was good this year until last game when he was horrendous. So, again, the interior of our offensive line is stout. But it takes 5 to tango. Just look what's going on in Philly. They're struggling because of what? Offensive line right now. And I'm hearing Philly 500 saying that they're going to bench Saquon, or maybe that's a clickbait. I don't know. Put it in the comments. I haven't talked to him in a couple days, but I haven't heard that. They may give Tank Bigsby some extra reps. Now, that's possible. He deserves it for whatever reason. Now, let's get to the thumbnail of this video. George Pickens. Again, everybody all of a sudden, see, I told you. I told you we were right about him. He's a head case. I don't buy that at all. I think there's truth in everything. He's an immature player. You know how I feel about after he catches the ball, standing over other players. What's in your mind that you got to do that? But we don't know the trash talk, but know the rules, brother. The rules are you can't do that, right? And he should have got flagged when he pointed at the guy that was down. Maybe he was saying, he wasn't like waving to the sideline and saying, dude, he's out, right? And then what happened later in the game? Karma. CeeDee Lamb gets concussed bad. From what I'm told, it's like a Tua Tagovailoa type of concussion. So, you know, is George Pickens, George, not Bruce, George, is George Pickens still going to be re-signed with the Cowboys? And what's his worth? That'll be the question. I think you either have to re-sign him or draft one. I don't think they're letting him go, people. Sorry. So I don't think they're letting him go. I don't. Now, what does that mean? They're going to do what they got to do. Jerry Jones had his back. I could do a clip, but I'm not. Go watch it. 105.3 The Fan YouTube. Jerry Jones had his back. You know, obviously they're going to watch the film together. Shotty's going to get in his ass a little bit. Pause. I'm say, listen, man, we need to be more aggressive. You saw the difference that a Jameson Williams, who I wanted via trade, but the Lions were not looking to trade him to Dallas. So they shout out to the Lions. They re-signed him, and dude is a hell of a football player. I love Jameson Williams, speedster, speed kills. So when CeeDee Lamb goes out with the injury, you needed George to step up, and he was just out of it. He wasn't his normal self. I'm going to pose this question to you. Is it possible that everybody is telling him how great he is, everybody is doing interviews with him? You saw CeeDee lay out for the ball in the end zone, and it cost him a concussion. Ball thrown on, I'm not saying it was thrown off the wrong shoulder, but he looked over the wrong shoulder. I think Dak put it in a great spot towards the outside away from the defender. I thought it was a great thrown ball. But you saw the deep ball to George Pickens where he didn't make an effort to lay out or anything. He couldn't find the ball. I'm not really sure what was going on. He was wide open. It was a very lackadaisical play. Is George Pickens saying to himself, well, I got the money now. I just got to stay healthy. But that's the wrong way to go about it, George, if that's the case. Put in the comments. Do you think George is seeing the bag and he's backing off? Or do you think it was a one-game blip? Backing off? One-game blip. I'm going to go one-game blip because you're not going to last in Dallas. You're not going to last anywhere in New York, Philly, especially Dallas with the media coverage asking that. Again, do you want to play for the Cowboys or do you not? You saw CeeDee got the bag, he laid out. All the bullshit aside, CeeDee Lamb is a fantastic receiver. Yeah, I would love for the drops to not be as much this year. The drops literally cost us probably 2 games, maybe. I know one for sure. So that's an issue. It's a lack of concentration. You saw the greats go through that. But he does it more often than my liking. So, George Pickens, to resign or not to resign? I think they're going to resign him. I think they see it. Looking at the game again, the type of defense, you got to give it to the Lions. The Lions came out and played great defense. They switched up their whole scheme, everybody, which is what I've been saying I wish Dallas would do more. They switched up their scheme. They did not play straight up. They played too deep, and they jammed the receivers, played inside leverage, which those slants, and brought a shit ton of pressure. Wade was telling me the same thing. Dallas should be bringing pressure at Jared Goff, an immobile Jared Goff. Yeah, he's a little mobile, but not to the point where he's going to bust you for 30, 40, 50-yard runs. He's not going to do that. And they did not. So I think the biggest question coming out of the game is, are we going to move forward with Eberflus when he's drafting Ravel, who's a man corner, and you got Diggs, who may not be here long term, is more of a man corner. He's even asked to play more man. That's the question. That's the reality. So there is a lot of questions, and that's one of the questions we need to find over the final 4 games, if indeed it is the last 4, is what kind of defense are they going to play? There's no more excuses with it, okay? You had 3 fantastic games, and then this game was not good. 30 points. People want to say your offense, we scored 30 points. We should have, that was enough to win the game, but not this week. But I'm going to give them a slight pass in Detroit. Detroit, just look at their schedule. They're probably not making the playoffs. They were desperate, too. They had the home team, one of the hardest places to play outside of Seattle. I would say Philly, even though that's hit or miss these days. But tough place to play. So I'll talk to everybody later. I got to go deliver my appointed rounds today. It is freezing. It's not supposed to rain or snow, but still, I hate it nonetheless. I like being outside, but not in this cold, man. My body can't handle it anymore. All right, talk to you later. Peace.
What's your contingency plan?
Contingency plan?
Your backup plan. You got to have some kind of backup plan, right?
No, we don't have a backup plan. This is it.
And this is the best that you could, that the government, the U.S. government can come up with? I mean, you're NASA, for crying out loud. You put a man on the moon. You're geniuses. You're the guys that think his shit up. I'm sure you got a team of men sitting around somewhere right now just thinking shit up and somebody backing them up. You telling me you don't have a backup plan? That these 8 Boy Scouts right here, that is the world's hope? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh,